I am calling you from near and far. Come and gather here. Not necessarily in this place, here, in one's mind, in one's ability to think, to remember, to contemplate. Yesterday's heading of our podcast, to think, to remember, to contemplate. What are we doing in every moment of our time, if not these exact three concepts? And it is what separates us from, in essence, a plant or a very low awareness life form, is we have these abilities. And I think that most of the species we're familiar with have this basic sensibility just like we do. Dog or a cat or a cow or a horse, etc. Because we're looking out for ourselves and we love our children, things like that. We learn by our mistakes, we remember. And so, as high and mighty as mankind is and has become, leave us not forget where we have originated, just like everything and everyone else upon this planet, every species. Remembering we are all related, built of the same building blocks of creation, in an infinite number of variations over an infinite amount of time, really. When we can't barely grasp 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 or 1,000,000, how do we then grasp 14 billion years of evolution? Because it's all part of the same line of evolution, if we want to call it a line. Explosion of evolution may be better. How many things are going on simultaneously in this universe as these words are being uttered and heard? How many stars are shining? How many planets are spinning in different galaxies in their own unique circumstance and, I hope, beautiful home? It is unfathomable for us to consider these things. Well, we don't need to. We can be aware of them and we can appreciate them and we can utilize them as a tool to create a sense of awe for ourselves, of amazement, and a sense of spirituality. In this way, we find openings into our own being, which is just as much an infinitude as the outward projection or investigation we're making or have made. It is inside of oneself where the reflection of the universe lies, the other side of the mirror we've been looking at. What of the energy itself? What of the influences of all this other that we've been discussing on each of us, on our planet, on our sun, in our solar system, with all its properties and laws of creation and nature, of gravity, of the seemingly endless, also, different types of energy which abound in our universe. Science says mankind, Homo sapien, has the ability to have a sense of cognition of 100,000th of what is going on. We more or less are seeing one view out of 100,000. The 99,999 other parts are gone, beyond our comprehension. And here we are, proud as a peacock, with cryptocurrencies and starships being built. And yet we know hardly anything. It is why humility is a virtue. It is a sense of honesty, authenticity. It is a sense of a depth of understanding, a perspective gained in one's contemplations. This is what mindful meditation is. Where are we now? Bundles of miracles? Yes. Humbled by this immensity of creation? Yes. Thankful? Yes. Breathing. Yesterday we spoke about breathing and left us each to our own devices to practice a little bit more of our breath techniques of becoming more aware of our breathing. And so, as we all know also, without this activity of breathing, this muscular exertion of breathing, we wouldn't exist. Not certainly as the life form we are. We feed our individual cells, and there's around 37 trillion of them, by the interaction of glucose, sugar, and oxygen in our cellular structures, in the membranes, in the mitochondria, to stay alive. Oxygen. And you all know how this oxygen gets there, where it comes from the air we breathe. The gift of life becomes more evident the deeper we think. Here we are, appreciative for this activity. And being more aware of it is a conscientious movement in one's thinking and remembering one's memory, and in contemplation, in one's meditation, in one's widening perspective and review, consideration. Mindful meditation is an art form everyone needs to pursue in the earliest stages of one's life. In our own begin being as wise as we can. When we fill a young child with music and art and all kinds of cultivating of civilization's best aspects, what do we have? Something special in this child, in these children. This is what I wish, and I'm sure you do too, for all the children of our world, in their own ways, not to supply the requisite details, because every culture has its own way of exemplifying the best. We need to respect each other and be understanding, compromise where necessary, and collaborate the same. This is conversations beginning. Why are so many things that are seemingly easy to understand and to hopefully change so distant, so unmentioned, so out of people's minds, just common sense? Because people aren't meditating and thinking. They're reacting to emotional stimulation, to their environment and the environment they were growing up in, their parents, their grandparents, their communities. This is what everyone is. It is in widening one's perspective where one becomes more, where one reaches beyond the bounds of a crib or a home or a neighborhood or a community, and can gain and should gain, because this is our world. We are stewards of this world. We each, knowingly or not, have a responsibility to everything else. It is our payment for being born. There is a cost. It is self-improvement. And in self-improving, improving the world. That means hesitating before one drops something onto the ground or the floor or the road, rather putting it in one's pocket to discard it in a place that makes more sense, that's meant for this kind of debris, where with our intellectual wisdom we can fashion ways to recycle everything. We need solutions, not problems. We have enough problems right now. Let's solve the ones we have. I'm sure more will come. Because this is the way evolution is. It is becoming increasingly complex. And in this complexity, different obstacles arise. Solutions need be sought. This is the continuation. We are travelers on the road. We are not the road of life. We are travelers. We, in a sense, walk the road of life. We do not create the road of life. In some sense, in the immensity and the humility of understanding what we all are, yes, we are each part of this creation, of the creator, of everything in the universe is related. There's no question of this. And yet, most of what we have become is just a ghost flowing upon a road of life. Not much more than an apparition of being. We only understand 100,000th of what's going on with the energy, things like sight or hearing or whatever. 100,000th. And look how much we've done as a species, as a universe, our awareness of it. There's so much we have learned in the last several hundred years, so much to be proud of, and also disappointed in, that our intellectual maturity hasn't kept pace, although we are moving grudgingly, seemingly, in self-improvement. We can also accentuate and help this occur more rapidly. And this is what we're talking about in a podcast like this, or in many different places, in many different vehicles, many different people, and many different words and ways. But it boils down to about the same thing. Just different ways of reflecting, of communicating, of the diversity of mankind, of the entirety of this sphere we live upon. So we were talking about breathing yesterday and being mindful of it. Breathing in long and slow, always a nice idea if one can. Pausing at the roof of one's inhale when one has breathed enough. And take a moment of recollection to reflect upon the pause at the top. You're at the pinnacle. You're at the pinnacle. Enjoy it. And then as you begin to exhale, ride the wave of your exhalation flowing in this way. When your exhale has finished and one is satisfied, then pausing again, anticipating the bounty of one's next inhale. This is a way of thinking. It is within our grasp. Practicing all day one's breathing techniques, playfully, kindly, with generosity and understanding, with compassion. Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time. Practicing all day is the time it takes. It takes one's life to change. We are changing all the time. It is a definition of being. We are vibrating. We are oscillating. We are energy, 100%, remembering. The music's continuing for another minute. As you like. My best wishes for all of us. Namaste.